Man. I'm excited. John got me all excited with a new song today. Woo!
All right. I haven't heard it yet.
Oh, I've shared it already on the page, or not on the page, but on our little private group anyway.
So I figure
I'm
I'd
going.
dig out the old collar and the headband. Got my
Yeah,
I'm
diamonds
going.
and spikes on today. Yeah.
yeah, it's the new look for you anyway. You know, the modern day pro wrestler known as Mad Dog.
So I got the Mad Dog shirt out of the box.
Oh, sure, old style
Nice.
white shirt.
Nice.
Sure, that's great. I'm just sending the a link to one more person here. John might be on, or John Roberts might be on after a while. I guess
Can you
he's.
hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
What's that?
yeah, man. I can see you, man.
Yeah.
What's going
Hi
on?
there.
Sad man. Oh, it's not much there, man. I'm just getting things all ready here for the show. So
Look what
just
you did
setting
to
up.
my brother. He turned gay.
Ah!
Well, he probably went to the Blue Oyster. You know, remember that police academy? I don't know.
I got a special guest I want to introduce.
Who's that? Ah, hey, I didn't know Jace was over at your
Hey,
house.
Junior.
What's
What?
going on?
What, what's up,
Uh,
Jace?
how's
What's
it
up?
going? We're not live yet, just so you know. We're just doing the pre-show right now.
Okay.
So
What's
no big
happening,
deal.
brother?
What's up, brother?
Uncle Tony misses you, man.
I
Hello there, buddy.
Hello.
Hey,
That's
what's going on
Sean,
there, Jace? How you doing
Eric,
there?
Uncle Tony.
So check this out, man. My nephew, um, Brad, was digging around in my house. He lives in my old house, me and my brother's old house. That's Brad. That's Johnny's friend, and found my old hunting knife in the floor downstairs somewhere. And he gave it to me today, and it was like I hit gold all over. I got a wrestling song and my old knife all in one day. Damn.
That's motivation at its finest, I'd say.
Don't take much for Mad Dog to get excited.
Well, I'm excited because I have some great news that I'm going to share with you guys. Well, Mad Dog already knows about it. I think I told you on the phone when we talked today, but I'll let you guys know here when we go live here because I want our audience to know the good news too because
Sure.
this past Saturday was when they do replays and stuff and when since Paul and John are nice enough to replay our show because they love what we're doing and of course having John on our team helps as well and of course John Scream and Sam of course we couldn't do it without Scream and Sam but as far as like distribution and everything this is I think this partnership that we're having with the best source people I think is going to work after I heard the numbers of viewership count, and that could have
Oh,
been just because of the guests that we had. I mean, it could have just been I don't know, but I'm hoping that it was also because we just were, just doing a show like we would normally do, like we're doing right now. Just kind of just people getting a feel because they don't have a lot of people that do stuff like this. Like most of the time, all their shows are like done in studio every week. So
uh-huh.
we're one of the rare ones that get to do it either in studio or via Zoom or however we want to do
I
it.
can't get rid of that sun in the background.
Yeah, you got a little bit of a blur there. So
Yeah, I
what's
might go to a
so
different.
how long is Jace going to be with you then? I mean, for your
Till
stay or
Sunday.
whatever. Oh, okay, that's cool.
I mean, that ain't a summer thing. He usually stays there all summer.
Yeah,
Oh,
not yet. He's going to. He was here for pandemic. He was here a couple months because of the pandemic.
Hey, I'm coming
oh.
up and riding with you someday, pal. You better be ready.
Okay.
What? You got no answer? Come on, get your face in there and answer.
I think he's nervous because he's never been on the show before. This is kind of exciting because you got Big John, you got Little John right there, dude. Even though it's Jace.
He
You
look.
might
He
as well
tried
call.
look. Hey Sean, he tried looking up Renegade Radio on YouTube and we couldn't find it. There's
Oh,
so
because
many Renegade Radio things.
yeah, because you got it's through my Frankie Slauson show page. That's why.
Oh, you don't have a Renegade Radio page?
No,
Oh,
no, no. But I mean, you should be able to find it like just by typing it in. Once you see the logo or anything that says Frankie Slauson show on there, it should come up.
Well, he looked up Renegade Radio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of them that were, I mean, when I started with the idea of what we should call it, I mean, I didn't know I didn't have a whole lot of names that I was going to choose, so, and I wasn't just going to call it the Frankie Slauson Show because I was just, I didn't want to be self-centered like that. I figure, well, I didn't want to do that. I figure if we're gonna grow this show, it's not can't just be about me. It gotta be about everybody, because everybody plays a role. Maybe this is something that Jason will want to do when he gets older, have a podcast and
He's
stuff.
going to take over Screaming Sam deal.
Oh,
You're going to take over the Screaming Sam show.
so what do you like to do with your grandpa then? You got a good grandfather there. He's a good guy.
He's changed. He likes playing video games day and night.
Oh yeah, does
He
Grandpa
plays till
play?
like 3:30 in the morning, then he sleeps all day.
Does Grandpa play too with him?
No, I won't do. No,
Why?
that's a kid thing. That's his dad does it, and that to me, that's nah.
Oh, I
Not
could see
into
you.
games.
I could see you playing Xbox or playing Far Cry or Hitman or Call of Duty or maybe
What do you play? Tell him.
Fortnite.
Call of Duty.
Oh, okay. Because I can imagine if Screaming Sam was playing video games, just like just online with people, and you got a lot of kids that are kind of like Jace, but they really like to mess with people, like a lot of older people and stuff. They like to shoot people down and swear at people, and you'd be surprised how many filthy kids are out there that have the language and everything.
Oh no, he's got the language, this kid.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you played online and you were playing against like some other kid or whatever, and he was like back talking to you and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I can just imagine what a session would be like with you.
Are we live yet, Sean?
No, we're just doing the pre-show right now.
Okay.
This is just for the pre-show is mostly just for YouTube, mostly just for when I upload this.
I
on
can't
YouTube.
find the background stuff I used to be able to find.
But I mean, I can get the live ready. I mean,
No, I was just wondering because I was trying to look on Facebook.
yeah, I just haven't got it all set up yet. I've just been kind of a day. I mean, it's been a good day.
During one of my substitute teaching last year, a young boy about his age said, "Mr. Adams, do elderly people play Candy Crush?" I said, "When I talk to an elderly person, I'll let you know."
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's funny.
That is funny.
True stories.
Well, I don't know. Do you play Candy Crush there? I mean, what do you do when you have off time there other than doing music there at Geek Man?
Oh, I do have a little word game that I play.
Okay.
I forget. Yeah. How many words can you get out of the 7 letters?
Oh, okay. Like a scramble kind of thing. Okay.
Kind of like that. And they say it keeps you from getting dementia, Stephen.
Ah. Yeah, Sean there.
I think I got lost here.
Yeah, somebody did something. What the heck?
I'm not seeing
I
anybody.
hit something.
here.
There you go.
All right.
I was trying to change my background to get rid of that sun, but
Oh, did you see that whiteboard at all? Did everybody see that?
yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
I apologize.
Oh, so you're able to do things on here too, like other than just chat or whatever. Like you could actually.
You don't even know what he's
didn't know.
doing, Sean.
I don't know. I hit this thing and said whiteboard. I figured it'd be a white background so you wouldn't see the sun anymore. I'm trying to get my background in the back.
Oh.
Like with a different, like you got Renegade Radio behind you.
Yeah.
I want to put the same thing up. I got it on a picture.
Just make sure, rule of thumb, have it in the same shape, like same size. So
Right, because it'll be over
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to do that. Yeah, but I can't find out how to do it now.
Oh,
I can do it on my phone. I can't do it on my iPad. I'm on my iPad.
Sure. Yeah, it even said iPad when you came on there. So
Jay said bye.
Oh,
Bye,
you're
Jake.
leaving already, huh?
Buddy.
Hold on,
Okay.
Dave.
Well, we'll be our guest tonight is Steve Stelton. He's a blues guy. As you know, Mama T had him on last week, and we got his Zoom all working. I have to send it to him to his email for some reason rather than not his phone. I don't know why, but we tried yesterday, the day before, and we couldn't get it going on his phone, going through the normal chat or whatever. So So I tried. Well, let's see if I would send it, in the email, and it worked in the email, and it was fine. So really, really weird, I would say. All
Hey,
right. So
what about the new guy you said you had coming?
oh, he'll be coming. He should be coming to here soon. It's just that because of time zones and because of just every little thing, he got other things going on too. So he will. I did send him the link, so he will pop in when he's ready. Because
Yeah.
his time zone is Western or yeah, Western time zone, West Coast time. So it's like only like 3:45 over there right now.
Right.
But I did tell him about you guys. He is excited. He is looking forward to being part of the crew. And like I said, I'm only doing this just so in case if people don't show up, that we have somebody. Because you never
Yeah.
know from week to week. So everybody's asked where's Mikey. Well, I've sent Mikey lots of messages and asked him if he's going to be on, and sometimes he says yes, and sometimes he says no. So it's like some people just come and go, but other people have lives too. I know you all have lives, so I'm just looking out for the best of.
No, I don't.
No.
Live.
Well,
What's a lie?
Let's see.
you know what I
I've
mean,
been.
though. You're nice enough to
Yeah.
commit some time to the show. That's why
Yeah.
I'll be excited to make this announcement to all of you guys here in a little bit here because when we go live, I want all our viewers to hear because they need to hear this. I mean, it's more of a success story than anything else. And it's because of all our hard work and dedication and stuff. Yeah, nobody's getting paid. I'm not getting paid either. But the road to getting that will hopefully happen with this venture with Best Source. Because my goal would be if we can do well, with the show and with view counts and whatever. Not that really matters to me at all because I don't really care about ratings. But since we're working with Best Source now, I feel like maybe eventually I can get out of the freaking casino life and maybe this will be my job, and then we can do
Yeah.
a lot more. That's been always been my goal, but I never really had a real outlet what I thought I did. So I mean, I've been like to college and stuff and did radio and stuff and all that, but it was just so much bullshit, with all that stuff, And with here, I can just be myself and I don't have to kiss anybody's ass or nothing. And all you guys can be yourselves too. There's no corporate anything.
I got to
So
do a widescreen test.
oh, perfect.
Ah,
Yeah, that's pretty white
yeah.
there.
You're about as funny as diarrhea.
No, there is a such thing.
Yeah,
I know. I hate it.
No,
no, not
I did
diarrhea.
that. I put a piece of white paper in front of my camera to refocus.
Yeah, that actually does that actually does help. It does.
It does,
I used
huh?
to do that. I used that to hold the white paper at my show when we
Yeah,
focused in on me.
yeah.
I figure
That's a
if the
rule of
sun
thumb
would
there.
go down, if the sun would go down in Pittsburgh, I'd be okay.
Well, you could. Well, let's see.
I got my blinds shut and everything. It was just too hot there. It's 95.
Well, then it's probably just coming from your light on your room, probably. Then it's probably not the
Yeah.
sun anymore. It's probably just but it doesn't matter. We can see you. You're fine.
There's
I'll shut
102 here today.
Oh, geez. 102, huh?
How about that? Let me shut that light down. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, thanks a lot, Sean, for reminding me there.
Well, you can always go. You can always go LED. I mean, go get some LED light strips. That's what I normally do. I normally wouldn't have this light on, but because for some reason earlier today it was nice out and beautiful, then all of a sudden it's got dark out and stuff already. So I'm just like, well, okay, sure. So
How's that? Still.
let's see. Let's see.
Uh,
Well, it's part
okay.
sunlight and part whatever. I mean, it's okay. Don't worry.
Next week I'll have it facing the away from the window.
That's fine. You're fine. You're fine. Okay, so I got the link all set up here. So I'll share it with you guys now. Since we are
Well, that would be nice of you.
Yeah, I figured so.
Yeah, good of you to share.
I try. Okay, so I'm going to send it to the Renegade Radio page here, and then I'll send it to you each individually just in case if I could eat it. I'll share around. All right, there you go.
Bingo.
What's his name, Mo? Who's ever audio is
That was me.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I was gonna do a couple more things here. Just so
I hate this. Fuck. Screw this son of a bitch.
well, don't get so mad about it. It's okay. You're. I mean, we can see you, we can hear you. You're fine. It's not bad. It's just like a little glare is all. You know. So don't worry too much about it.
Yeah, it's just bouncing off your head a little bit.
Yeah, off the glare off your bald head there.
Yeah.
Getting mad.
Yeah, but just remember that's not a wrestling opponent.
You
That's
wouldn't
just
like me when I'm
that's a light
angry.
bulb.
No.
When I'm angry.
3.
Bro, you ready for run 2?
Huh?
You ready for run 2? We're going for the title, buddy.
Oh boy, tag team title.
Yeah, me and you are going for the KSWA
This is all your
title.
fault, Sean. That fucking song you wrote.
Well,
It's got the blood pumping.
I mean, and then I sent him that picture of the Hulk Hogan beer. I thought that motivated him too a little bit.
I was going to have one of them this weekend, but I passed.
Oh, you they actually have it in your area too now?
Some guy that I was drinking with had them. And I didn't need one.
I went to Santa Lara and picked up a couple. Now it's not for me. I'm going to give it away, but it's like, I don't drink beer at all, so or anything like that. But
I don't
that's
drink
cool.
beer either.
Let's see, season 3, episode number 3, live.
Excuse me. Antique Man, before we go down, I want you to send me your number so I could call you and get to know you a little bit better off stream,
Yeah,
we work.
I can give you got a pen in hand.
I don't want you to tell. We're not on yet.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Oh, we're on now. Don't do it yet.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, just
send my messenger.
I hate it when all those women from Taiwan call me.
They say, couple
Pakistanis.
Yeah, they say, oh, Antique Man, we love you long time. We want to talk about we want to talk about your car warranty and everything.
You know what they say to me, don't you? YouTube buku.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Honey. Honey.
Yeah, we want to see Big Cucumber. You got Big Cucumber?
YouTube buku.
Yes. Or you got Small Cucumber.
No, don't need any more women in the life.
I open big eye for you. I open eye for you. Anyway, all right. So
don't mock me, Rondai.
Yeah. Okay, I think we can just start now. We might as well, since we're all here. And if John and everybody else comes, it'll just come while we're doing the show. I guess that's kind of how that will.
Yeah, you're gonna go live.
Well, we're already live right now. Can you see the link on your? I sent it to you. Email him the link. Yeah, I can do that. Hold on, Lance or the guest, not guest, our crew member Lance is messaging me real quick here. Just hold on.
And you can see me. Everything's working.
Yep. Oh yeah. I can see you. It's like we
just took a shower, so it looks like I don't have any hair.
It's like we're in the presence of Nature Boy Ric Flair. I tell you.
Oh, there's an old video of me.
Yeah.
That was like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, what? You look like Ric Flair? Or
that's not the one that's showing there is not live.
Oh well,
with the Red Bull, that's a video.
Hold on.
It's okay. It looks like I'm eating in front of everybody.
Well, I mean, let's see what. Okay, weird. I'll send it to you again here. Or hold on.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I know. Oh, there we go. Looks like I don't have to send it to his email. Perfect. Okay, I'll resend you the link here to the.
Yeah, on my cell phone, it's showing me now live.
Okay.
On your big screen on the desktop, you've got something from me from some time ago.
Oh, because all I got is what's live right now, as far as our live stuff. So
You don't see me eating out of a bowl?
Nope.
Why am I getting that?
I don't know. That's weird.
That is weird. Maybe I died.
Well, let's see.
I went to the funeral parlor today.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
how's
There we go.
everyone?
Oh, we're doing all right. How are you doing there, my friend?
I'm hanging in there.
You figured out that I didn't have to send it to your email then, huh?
You know what? Gee, technology.
Well, I was just about ready to do that too, and I just didn't know for sure if well, I mean, I was going to do it like before we started the show, just in case, because I do have your email. But
I got lucky. I figured
yeah,
it out. It's
oh,
all
that's
good.
Well, we're happy to have you on as a crew member, Lance. And I know, every week's, we never know from week to week if you'll be on or not. But we
Hey
appreciate
man,
you anyway, no matter what.
I appreciate you guys doing this. I mean, what a blast. I love to be a part of it. So
Absolutely.
thank you.
It's
It's all
like
good.
it's like Frankie's real life brotherhood comes to life here now. It's finally come to life.
And you've
I,
shaved since last time.
yeah, and that's kind of a funny story in its own right. So when I did shave and get a
Now you
haircut,
lost the bet.
no, I didn't lose a bet. I surprised a lot of people because at work anyway, everybody thought I was a new employee. They didn't recognize me at all. So I was just going to be like a different identity and everything.
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. But yeah, it's weird how you go from looking like a homeless pervert to a clean shaven pervert. Exciting.
Hey, we're not arguing about that.
All right. Well, we're gonna start the show here now since this is pretty much the pre-show is pretty much over anyway. We're that way we can just get started since you're here now, Lance, and whatnot. So
My apologies.
no, you're fine. You're fine. Everybody's fine. We can see everybody. We can hear everybody. We're live. I can. Well, see, you don't have any social media at all, there, Lance, do you?
It's pretty slim. I really don't. I mean, I use LinkedIn once in
Okay.
a while, and if you even would call that social media, which I guess you
Eh,
do or can,
well, business related
that's
stuff,
it.
I guess.
I
Yeah, because I
mean,
yeah, because I can't find. Yeah, I don't find you. Well, you did have a Facebook page for a little bit when you were with Leo, and a long time ago, you guys had one.
correct. That
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
but that was a long time ago, and that
Yeah.
page probably hasn't been used and all that. Well, that's
Yes.
okay because I was just gonna say if you had social media, then I'd send you the links and everything to share it around or whatever to your audience and everything. But it's okay. Uh, anyway, so welcome to season 3, episode number 3 of Renegade Radio. I'm your host with the most, Frankie Slauson, and it is a nice July afternoon here in Minnesota, where I'm located anyway. Uh, it went from a nice day to a little bit cloudy, and now the sun seems to be popping up again for some reason. I don't know. We had a thunderstorm last night. I thought the power was going to get knocked out after all the lightning show effects that we were going to get and everything. It seemed like it was more lightning than it was rain anyway. Is that something?
Yeah.
But anyway, so we want to welcome everybody to the show. We're joined with Mad Dog. We got
Hello.
we got Antique Man,
Hi, greetings.
and we got Screaming Sam, and he's speechless, of course.
Hello.
Yeah,
and
the
we
screaming guy.
And we got our new crew member, or we'll say honorary crew member, Lance Warlock. And for those of you who remember Lance, he's been on the show a couple times. You know,
Thank you.
tell the audience a little bit about yourself,
Hello, Lance.
just for
Hello.
those that aren't aware of you and who you are.
Uh-huh.
Just a little brief, just not too long. Just
I mean, I'm just me. I'm a guy who grew up playing drums. I'm absolutely addicted to music. I love film. I've worked on trying to merge the two in music composing, and it's a great thing.
and
I
you
mean, that's
and,
really.
and that was kind of like your lifetime, like kind of commitment because have done music as a profession, as a career.
I mean, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's I mean, you hope you can try and get to some kind of level like that, just to be able to maintain and go, man, I still just love that. So that's more important than any of the, what are you going to pay me? What's it going to cost? How much budget do you have? It's like, that's really not that much. That's not key anymore. Things have changed so much, it's grown. So it's a great time. It's exciting.
And you worked on some notable projects in your career that you had. I mean,
Um,
as far as like in the home video realm, and then I don't know some music, maybe some music projects that you've done. But I know of one that you did that we've talked about many times when I've had you on the show. Your the one the Halloween, the 25 Years of Terror DVD you did the music
yes,
for.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when they had first done. I think that was one of the very first organized Halloween conventions, and then it springboarded and it's really taken off. But they had organized this whole thing, and at the end of everything, ended up putting together a whole DVD that they could sell. And so not only was I actually one of the footage loggers that we had to go through all these discs and mark this is what happened from here to here to here to here, uh, I was able to get some music in there. And yeah, that was just, it's kind of fun. I love the opportunity to work on whatever anybody can present, whatever their passion is. I'm so interested in merging arts,
Sure.
and I think what a great way is through music, because it could be for film, it could be for radio, it can be for, you know, a webisode. It's just so many opportunities.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, you had some success or a lot of success, we'll say, in your life so far. So life is good for you.
I've been married to the same woman for
Hey, there you go.
24 years, and we've been together since like 1983.
That's
There's
great.
Jeez.
some good success.
Oh
The
yeah,
other
Hey,
stuff
I'm
is
coming up
is
on my
great, but
40th with my
bravo,
with my
bravo.
childhood sweetheart.
Yep, yep.
My
and
wife, me and my wife met in 1975.
Jesus,
We
Love
lived
it.
near each other all
that
our
was a long time
lives.
ago.
Yes.
I don't think I was alive
Yeah,
in
that's
1975.
She
that's
lived in the
rare.
neighborhood.
So
She used to beat me up every day.
and you knew she was the one for you.
Hey, when I put her in a figure four leg lock and couldn't make her tap out, that was my girl.
Wow, we can take that any way we want, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
That's so great.
Wide
So it was the
imagination there,
figure four
kids.
leg lock.
Yeah, sure, the naked one, right?
Rat
No,
dogs,
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Anyway,
Nice.
uh, yeah, so we're just happy to have you be a crew member. I'm trying not to add too many more people. I just figure I wanted to get Lance on here because we have history. Like I've told everybody, we all have history with each other from past things that we've done or whatever. And it's just like now that I've had a chance to do this podcast and everything, this has been kind of a dream come true. So I wanted to share the dream with everybody else. So you're included there, Lance. So
Well, thank you. We'll
after
have some
almost
fun.
after almost 18 years, I think that we've known each other. I think it's been or almost 18 years since the first interview we ever did.
That's probably real close. Yeah, that's probably real
It was
close.
probably I think in December or November or December of 2006, I think, or maybe somewhere
I'd
around
have
there.
to, yeah, I'd have to do some digging. You'd remember better than I would. And lo and behold, back then when I was doing the stuff with Leon, we actually are going to end up doing a couple other things together
Oh,
coming up.
so
So,
he's still around then. Okay, well, that's cool.
oh yeah, we've been in touch through the years. It's a great thing. It's just, different things going on. And so yeah, we're going to have fun doing a couple little things together.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, when you do, you have to have him come on the show because Leon's a lot of fun too. For
Oh my
sure,
gosh.
for sure. Um,
Yeah.
well, tonight we have a very special guest because the guests, they all want to be on the show. They all, they're just lining up to be here. Because we're
They're
like the
beating
next,
them doors down, buddy. You wait.
we're like the next Jay Leno over here. Or David Letterman. I like to think so anyway, but that's just me and my big head and my big ego and everything. Well, that I do not have. Anyway, we have a music host a guy who does a show out of Bismarck, North Dakota, and his name is, well, they call him Steamer, but his name is Steve Stelton, and he has been hosting Steamers Blues for quite some time on a local public access radio station for quite some time, and he's become friends with a lot of musicians. We have coming up in August in Fargo. There's the Blues Festival, the Fargo Blues Fest that happens every year, and I believe that this will be the 29th year of the event. So next year will be 30 because it did start in, I think, about 95 when the first one had. And they've had the who's who of musicians, from Joe Bonamassa to frickin' Papa Chubby to, I don't know, Fabulous Thunderbirds, I'm sure have been there, and all types of people. Maybe even Buddy Guy, maybe Bo Diddley. I know the ones that we had at Thief River at the casino that I work at were like Bo Diddley, and I think Johnny Lang was supposed to be here too in one year, but then he flopped out. And they had to find a replacement, and people remember the year that Joe Bonamassa was here because that was in 2007, and that was before he became a really big. Now he's like kind of like one of those untouchable guys. Like he's a really famous blues musician now. So, but we have the Fargo Blues Fest that's coming out on I think it was the 8th and 9th or 9th and 10th of August, and I'm planning on going to this event, and so I'll be with Steve at this event, but he'll be our guest tonight about 7 o'clock here in about less than an hour. So it'll be exciting. I mean, you guys blues fans? I mean, anybody love blues? Lance, you like blues?
I do. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah, just look up Steamers Blues. How about you, Screamer Sam? I know you're a bluesy guy.
I like anything really, except for I'm not big in country though.
Although you were singing the Johnny Cash song, that Hurt song, but I suppose that's not really a country song.
That's not really country. And then I like Jelly Roll's the only person I really like.
And that's
What
more
you
like
look like.
country rap kind or whatever, I believe.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
no, that's all right.
cool.
That's all right. Well, I'm going to make an announcement here that I've been waiting to make here on the show since I found out earlier today from Paul, the producer. And I know Mad Dog already knows because we had a conversation on the phone earlier on. But now, every Saturday, basically since the start of season 3, I worked out a deal with Paul, the producer, to ask him to let us be on his server more often or let us be on his stream more often because they have a big fan base for Grand Forks Best Source. And I don't know, Lance, if you had a chance to check out the site and when I finally got the right address, I couldn't figure it out right away what the address was, but I eventually got it and sent it to you. There's like 2 other ones that I was just like, what the hell is this? I was just like, oh, I spelled it wrong or whatever. And it was just like,
I wondered.
yeah, but then I eventually gave you the right show address anyway, and it's packed with lots of podcasters like us who are just looking for a voice, but looking for a place where we can be heard more. And the only place that allows this, at least in Grand Forks, as far as I know, is the guys at Grand Forks Best Source. John Roberts, who's a crew member, and Paul, who's the kind of the owner and CEO of and producer of that place. They have a small studio. You'd be surprised how small the studio really is compared to what it looks like, when you watch it on TV or whatever. It always looks bigger when it's on TV, but when you go there, it's pretty small. It's a tight space, but it gets the job done anyway. So from now on, as I mentioned last week, every Saturday at 7 o'clock, regardless if I'm here doing this as a recording here this way, or if I go to the studio and then join them and do a little live show in the studio, every Saturday our show will be aired at 7 o'clock on there at PM, so it'll be 5 o'clock Lance's time, West Coast time, on the Grand Forks Best Source website and all their social medias. So they're on every social media platform as that you could think of, pretty much. So what happened this past Saturday? I had to ask about it because I was just curious, and this doesn't mean that that the fate of the show depends on all this stuff or whatever, because it doesn't. It's just that I'm surprised that the numbers. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. The numbers were bigger than I thought they were going to be for the replay anyway. And I don't know if it's just because of Rod being on. We had Woody from Buffalo Chip, the CEO and founder of Buffalo Chip Campground, on last week, and he told us some stuff about what's going to happen in Sturgis this year for the rally and for the Buffalo Chip, because they always have their own little deal over there. I shouldn't say little; it's a big deal. It's one of the first campgrounds to come to Sturgis. But anyway, so last Saturday, our viewership counts with every social media app that they had and all the viewers, we had over 7,000 viewers
No way.
of
Hey.
last
Wow.
Saturday's replay.
Yeah,
So,
baby.
I don't know. I mean, that just surprised me, because I was just like, "What the fuck?" You know, when he told me that, I couldn't believe it. I just like, no, that can't be. You got to be kidding me. And then I almost cried, because I was just so like, wow, I couldn't believe it. 7,000 people, or over 7,000 people.
Let's make
So,
it 10 this week, baby. Let's make it 10.
and again, I don't know if that's because of the guests that we had on, or just because of us, or
What
just
did it
because
do
of our
with
show
Bill
as a whole.
Kinnison?
That one only did, for some reason, and I don't know why, unless it was just because it was just made in the studio or whatever. But that one only did. Well, I didn't get the total amount for last week's, but as far as the Facebook stream, only got about 200. So I don't know if that's just from Facebook itself, but I never asked for that. I'll have to ask them for the actual count.
Facebook never ever tells the truth on how many people we watch. Because I used to, when I did my show, we used to set everybody had a Facebook on it. And it was
Yeah.
one person on there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Hmm.
I'll ask Paul, because he has the numbers. He knows. But I was just curious, because the only reason why I even wanted to know is because when I saw the Facebook tally after the live was done on Facebook, it had almost 2,000 views. In that time. So I was curious. I was just like, well, how did the other things do then? And then he told me. I was just like, so that's with Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Rumble, whatever else there is out there. I mean, there's so many different social media platforms. So whatever you know, I think Podbean maybe too is one, I think, or something. Doesn't matter. That was the count for that, or this past Saturday. So I was happy. I couldn't believe
Oh,
it. I
yeah.
mean, that's a lot of people, and regardless. So, give you guys a pat on the back, because it wasn't because of me. It's because of all of you. And Lance, you'll see as time moves on that we're a big family. We had to trim the fat a little bit. We'll say, I'm just going to keep calling it, from our last experience. But now that the fat has been trimmed, we're going to get bigger and bigger as we get along, because I'm confident that we have the right mindset. And with you and your history, and just because of your the things that you've done in your life and the people that maybe there's somebody that maybe you could help us get some guests sometimes. When we're so, because sometimes we have little lulls where it's like, been trying to find somebody and we can't get nobody, or we're on a streak and then we have too many people. But the one thing that's always been nice about this show is that we've had a lot of cool guests on already. We had you on, we had your dad on, we had Sam Morrison on, we even had Sam Miller. Do you know a comedian named Sam Miller at all from your area? You don't know Sam
I don't
Miller?
think so.
He's from Olympia, Washington.
No way.
Yeah, he's literally in your area pretty much. Yeah. I mean, in
Nope.
that state anyway. He's a local comedian. We had him on, didn't we, guys? We had Sam Miller on. He kind of looked like Seth Rogen a little bit, kind of, and that Seth
Okay.
Rogen look. So anyway, so that's
Ah,
that's so. Well, you'll have to look him up. He's a funny comedian. He's kind of a dirty comedian, but he's kind of has that old '80s HBO young comedy special feel to it. You
I
know.
know what you speak.
Yes. He's not a prop comic, but he's just a guy who's tells about his life stories and everything, and it's just funny. He's
Uh-huh.
just a funny guy.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, I don't know. So what do you guys think about the view count? Let me get your opinions here, since this is a
I think
podcast.
it's great.
It's always good having more people on. It's just you got to watch when you jump in like I do all the time. I'm not a professional like you guys. I'm usually on the other side, get my ass kicked, not jumping in and interviewing, so I'm trying to be patient here. I'm biting at the bit to talk, but I know
Yeah.
it's not my turn yet.
Oh, it's always your turn there. Don't worry.
Yeah, happy to be.
We
Hey,
take it.
welcome to be aboard good, we're gonna do good, man. I'm telling you, this thing's gonna go. I believe in it.
And what about you, Sam? Because I mean, this is kind of our baby. This is, we did
Yeah,
this together. You know?
get the right people on. You know what I'm saying? Like that talk well and has a good voice. And I guess I guess you got to have a little bit of looks, to be honest, Joe. I don't know. I mean,
See, that's why you got me here. I don't know nothing about me. I'm good looking. Come on,
Well, I
who'd
don't
you get
know.
over wearing a dog collar like
I don't
that?
know who's the
Me.
most. I don't know who's the most sexiest beast around here, but we'll say Mad Dog, I guess, just to keep his ego going.
that's your fault, Sean.
Well,
Hey, play
I
the
made him.
music. Cue the music, Sean.
Yeah, thanks to me, Lance. He finally has a fucking theme song down. He's been a
Cue
wrestler
the
for all his
music.
life. Using
Cue
other
the
people's
music.
music, and yet now he has his own theme song down.
Uh-huh. I
Hey,
bet
You
he
know,
does.
hey, at the end of the show, you got to put it on. I'll do a dance for you.
you keep your clothes on. It's okay. Nobody wants to see
Yeah.
that. Nobody wants to see that. No. Well, if you want better music, done more professionally, you should have Lance do it. But he'll probably charge you $1,000 or per song probably. But you'll get quality. You get quality. Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway.
that's right.
Well,
Hey, that's what we hope for.
we were talking about that, the AI music last week, and then he asked about, if I could make him a song, and I checked out that other link that you sent me too, Lance, but for some reason that just didn't, like, I don't know, it's a little bit different than the site that I've been using, because the
Okay.
site that I've been using seems to be easier to create the music that I want to create. When I come up with an idea on that other site, it's like telling me no, or it's telling me that it's like can't find a match or
So the way
whatever.
you have to input the information is different
Yeah.
on okay, so then I need to try yours to see
Well, with mine, you
if
get 100 credits free before you even become a member. They'll give you that to try, so you can try it out.
yeah, this one does the same. I don't think it's 100, but it's a 24-hour. Every 24 hours you can do five because each time you do one, it
Oh,
gives you two versions.
oh,
So,
sure.
and it's like,
Well,
okay, but
I
okay,
I
that's good
tried
to
typing
know.
out I tried typing out something, and it just and then when it gave me the results, I'm just like, can I really edit this and make this a little bit better? And it's just like, yeah, I'm just
Okay,
very
that's good
confusing.
to know.
I was ended up being broke, sticky, and confused. Ever been broke,
Well, that's
sticky,
why
and
I wanted
confused?
to share it with you to find out, you know, another option and then be able to compare because I knew the pricing was better with the other one. You got more for less, but if it's not either as easy or as intuitive and you don't like the final output of it, then, you know,
Well, it really restricts you from really being creative, like the way that you really want to. Because if somebody has a weird idea or whatever, because with this stuff, I'm just trying anything and anything. Like I had freaking ACDC. I did an ACDC song, and I had them talk about banana splits and everything. I titled the song "One Big Banana." That's all on my TikTok there. I put it
so
together this
see
weekend.
if you are allowed to say I want it in the style of and then input ACDC, then I would see why you didn't like the one I sent because it says, yeah, don't do it this way.
That's
And
right.
I'm like,
That's
why
right.
not? It would save me so much time if I could just
Yeah. I
okay,
want to. I
that's
want to.
good to know.
Because I just want to hear Brian Johnson or the AI version of Brian Johnson talk about putting nuts on ice cream and everything. Sprinkle on some nuts. That's what I
Yeah, but
do.
what kind?
Oh, walnuts, maybe. I don't know. They talk about. I had AC/DC sing about making a banana split. And then I had Hank Williams Jr. do a song about the ABCs of exercise. This weekend it was fun. You know, I do a lot of what here's the funny thing about me that you got to know. Which most of these guys already know. Potty humor is number one. I love bathroom humor, even at work, and people that know me outside of this podcast or whatever, that watch should know that I love potty humor. It's always been something that I just, even as I get older, I just love it more. At work, I'm the class clown at work or the comedian at work because I take nothing
I mean, they
seriously.
call it the shit show.
Pretty much, yeah. I make people laugh at my job. I really do. And not just because I look like they say I look like a fucking penguin or whatever, but it's like because of my haircut and everything. That's what everybody else was saying. that have that Dan DeVito look or whatever. Like, I asked a lot of people about that too. I even asked people that I don't even speak to, that work there, and I said, "Do I look like a penguin to you at all?" And they're like, I kind of see it. I was like, "What the fuck?" I asked a translator. I asked. There's a couple of guys that work there that don't speak English. The only way they communicate with them was the translator, like through Google or whatever on the
Oh
Hey,
phone.
no.
And I
my job,
asked.
my job, I like making my people laugh too, but they're dead. I'm in the burial business.
Oh,
I
Jesus
can't make them
Christ.
people laugh. What a plain crowd. They don't even smile at you.
That's a funny joke. Well, your jokes can you bury your jokes too far there. I think that's
Yeah,
what it
I'm the
is.
last one to let you down, pal.
Anyway, so no, I would ask like they work in the kitchen area. So we got some of these Mexican people that they hired, and they don't speak English, so I thought, well, for fun, I'm just going to ask them, and see what they say because they like all that superhero stuff and whatever. And so I said, do I look like a penguin at all? Now that I got a haircut, and they agreed. Like
Hey.
in their Mexican language, they agreed. I think they said "see."
I
So.
want to tell you when you had your beard, I want to know who you look like, and I don't want. I'm not being ignorant. I'm not playing no. I thought you looked like the Cowardly Lion on the Wizard of Oz with that big ass beard.
Oh, I didn't look like Charlie Sheen from Beyond the Law from 1992.
No, no, no. I'm sorry.
See, and I would look at it more like a nice Dracula, very distinguished widow's peak.
Oh, great.
You know,
What, my nose?
no, the hair.
Wow,
It's
okay.
very Transylvanian, and that's a good
Oh,
thing.
well,
That's not a forehead. That's a seven head.
well, this is not a foreskin anyway.
I say he looks like Eddie Munster.
Yeah, you still look like Sam. You
Munster.
still look like Sam Kinison. So, haha. I guess the joke's
You look like
one of
somebody that
us, I
ate Sam
guess.
Kennison.
Why would anybody hate Sam Kinison for?
I said, look like somebody who ate
Oh,
Sam
eight.
Kennison.
Oh,
Eight.
okay.
Big
Eight.
difference.
Wow.
John, you know what I was going to say, but I don't want to throw you under the bus. So
What?
You might as well.
I
You're
said
a
you're
pro
going to look
wrestler,
like Meatloaf.
Well, if Meatloaf slimmed down, it was more like a fat-free Meatloaf, kind of like, yeah, that's right. Or soy,
My brother's
or
skinny. Johnny's skinny.
maybe a soy meatloaf or something. I don't know. You like soy?
And now pick on me. Stick
Hey,
with
we
Sean.
on? I don't see no comments yet, man. Anybody comment?
Well,
Anything?
I gotta get you back because last week, I left for like 2 seconds or whatever, and you guys were roasting me.
Did you see that?
Oh, of course I did. Of course I did. I watched. I watched the night right after we got done going live. I rewinded or rewinded. I just
I
went back and
deserve
found
it.
it.
I deserve it.
Rewind it.
Yeah,
Be kind, rewind.
that's right. That's right. Go rent a movie from your local mom and pop store immediately.
Oh man. God, those were the days.
Yeah. So, Lance, I mean, since you live in the West Coast, I mean, it's like, I'm sure like you have a lot to keep yourself busy. I mean, you don't have to be too personable about everything about your personal life, but I mean, like, what do you do for fun? What's a fun day with Lance Warlock?
Oh geez.
Just tell the people,
Okay. So as it gets warmer and warmer, every home in Seattle, even truly, even a lot of the new builds, they don't put air conditioning in the homes. They never did because back in, even in the 80s and beyond, it was, oh no, it's really only uncomfortable in the summer here. 10 days, a couple weeks, that's it. Now it's changed a little. It still varies. You can't say the summer's going to be this or that. So really, it's like we just hide out. I mean, my wife's a teacher, so she's got summers off. So, we'll float between having the grandkids visit, and then other than that, it's like we do just kind of hang out. There is beautiful stuff if you want to go out to it. We've got to drive over the mountains quite a bit to get to the other side for family. Those are beautiful. There's all sorts of hiking that would go on here. We've got lakes. I mean, it's probably really similar to where you are.
Well,
Similar to Pittsburgh.
I mean, here in Minnesota too. I mean, we got our areas like that, but it's like I don't live by no mountains or anything like that. We don't. It's pretty flat over here.
Okay, still, I mean, you're that far from it?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I'm close to like the Canadian border type of stuff. Well, I mean, a little bit farther now that I'm in Brooks, but like before when I lived in Greenbush, I was like maybe like 20 miles from the Canadian border or so. So
Okay.
So
yeah.
they say Seattle's like Pittsburgh because we get cloudy and rainy days in the winter. It's either overcast or rain or snow. It's never sunny. I mean, we
Is
used
it
to.
really?
Now it's kind of hot. It's in the 98s for the next week, but then it'll go down to the 70s and be cloudy and miserable and humid.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
humid. We're at least dry. I mean, I'm used to the dry, obviously, and the humidity's a little rough for me.
Yeah, a
But
little rough for all of us, I'd say, because it got warm here last week, and I'm just like, I damn near was just going to take my clothes off, and just not even wear no clothes at all. But nobody wants to see that. I would do that on the show, but I mean, like, just in my,
you play my
personal life.
song, the clothes are coming off, buddy.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Yeah, I'm
man.
ready.
Why did I do that? Why did I make him a song? What did I tell you? Well, and what I did, was kind of
We
funny
got to
because,
close with that.
because with Mad Dog, because of when he started his wrestling career about in the like late '80s, he said. Well, what he said, '86 or so, '87,
Yeah,
somewhere around there,
84, 80, somewhere
or
around there.
mid '80s anyway. So I thought, well, let's go with an old '80s style theme, kind of like to sound like an old WCW theme because most of us love WCW, or at least I love WCW anyway when that was around. That's why I watch AEW because AEW reminds me of WCW. I love WWE too, but like WWE to me is more too overplayed, overdone. Especially nowadays. It's too much about how much money can we make than how much wrestling can we give. I
Yeah,
think
it's
anyway.
it's it's not. There ain't no more punchline. If you want to talk, it'll last for
They're
it'll last
talking.
till rest.
They're talking about like bringing it to Netflix and going back to the Attitude Era, but we'll see. We'll see what they do because they're going
Yeah,
to take it
too
off.
much. It's too much punchline. Should I say all the way to WrestleMania? You know what I mean? And it's the same two guys every week. There ain't no,
Yeah.
hey, let's throw this guy in there and get him over and break up after the next couple of weeks.
Well, I mean,
But
it's just they're just running out of like they're just running out of storylines. I just feel like they have a chance to make new stars and to make and with the ones that they keep making mid carders or even the guys that have been around for a long time. I feel like they could probably do something more with those people that they don't do much with. That are just sitting there in the
give him a
back.
push.
Yeah, that want the
I'll
TV
give you a
time and
push, man. Go out there, get beat by one of these young kids. Let them take over the show.
people say that AEW, and I know maybe most of you, or probably Lance, you probably don't really watch wrestling or whatever, but if you do, this is a company where they say they have too many talented or too many people on the roster, but there's a reason for that. They're a successful company. They grew pretty quickly over a 5 year period, and there's a lot of people that were liking the way that AEW runs things because of the fact that it's a lighter schedule, so you're not wrestling every day like WWE will make you wrestle, 5 days a week or sometimes six. You're on the road all the time. You're not going to see your family. With AEW,
Absolutely.
they make it so well you're wrestling a couple times a week, but then you have time to work with other promotions if you want, like independent promotions, or you can, do whatever you need to do to, to to make yourself happy
It,
and have family time and whatever. So it all
and they
works
get
out.
your push too. You get your push
Yeah.
there. I mean, that was the greatest thing in the world. They even got their own wrestling dolls out now, and they're more expensive than the WWF dolls. And they're selling. They're selling.
Yeah. Everybody keeps saying that AEW is going to flop, but it's like, nah. They're
Nah,
around
they're
for a
here,
while.
man. They're here
They're
to
here.
stay
They
for a
know
little bit.
you got the right people in charge. You got, I mean, maybe some of their storylines are a little weak or a little whatever, but you know what? Their wrestling will pay off because they believe in good matches, high quality matches. They believe in like high, like they brought back the cruiserweight division, so there's like a lot of high flyers and stuff too, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just fun to watch bloody matches. They're not afraid of a little blood. I mean, I don't know. With you, Lance, being kind of in the film industry, I don't mean the porn industry, but I mean the film industry, in your life too. That I mean, you had to see things like that, or blood and whatever. I mean, not really real blood, but like and things that you've done. I mean, it's like,
Well, what's weird when you said, do I, like, I've never really followed wrestling. And I don't know why I haven't. As a very young kid, what was always presented to me was boxing.
oh,
My dad was, I mean, loved Muhammad Ali. Actually, I can't even remember where he was. He was going into, it was a studio, I think, somewhere, but out comes Muhammad, in comes my dad, run into each other, knocks him down. And
Oh
that
God.
was one of the things that my dad was like, oh my God, my life could end right now. I'm all good. I've met Elvis. I've met, Muhammad. And so I remember we always had boxing gloves, and it was me, my brother Billy, and my dad. And I would often ref because I was the youngest. And then one of them would get on their knees and the other one would ref us. And then that morphed as I got older into the UFC. And now I'm just like an MMA fanatic.
Yeah, when I
So
grew up, I loved boxing too. I was in the Golden Gloves, and my son, my oldest son Tony, he won 4 Golden Glove championships, and he was going to fight the state Pennsylvania champion, and for the
really,
Golden Gloves, and couldn't make the weight. The poor kid was a big boy at 16. I'd have to have him sit in the steam room for 3 days, no food, no nothing, cut weight. I'm not going to do that to a 14-year-old kid. Come on. And then he goes in there and they don't have nobody to fight him. I had to throw him in a ring with a 200-pound guy after he cut 15 pounds in 3 days. It wasn't
oh,
fair. Hey,
Jeez.
when you after the weigh-in, I'd be there with a hot dog, Gatorade. I mean, the kids used to just come fight time, he was back up to 180.
mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a tough game if you got to try to make a weight. You got a boy who's 16 growing out of his skin. I played that game. I did it too. I boxed and all that for a while too. Never like that. Geez, these kids today. You get
Did
hit
he
today, you're
continue
getting
with
hit
it?
30 times.
Did he continue with it at all?
No, he gave it up after he was football. His thing was football. He thought he was going to make it. He was the Fab 33 in Pennsylvania when he was playing football, and then he went on. He went to Cal U, but he just didn't. The Division II wasn't for him, and he just couldn't make his life out there. He was too busy partying with the kids. When he got a hold of alcohol and saying, "Hey, this is better girls and alcohol than practicing football at 5 a.m." Gone.
Oh.
Sure.
So poor dad left with the bill.
That's something. That is
But I
something.
don't mind. He made his own decision. That's what he did. That's what he did.
Sure, sure. But 4 Golden Gloves, man,
He was tough. He was
that's
tough.
awesome.
He wasn't afraid of anything. I could have threw him in there with a 60-year-old guy or 50, whatever. There's a kid that was the heavyweight champion around there for West Virginia and all that, and he was a local kid. He asked my kid to train with him. And now my kid, remembers, only 15. And I told this guy, you can't hit him. He's just a little kid. But my son popped him once and almost knocked him on his ass. And he got so mad that he beat the living tar out of my son and forgot how old he was.
Uh-huh.
And we're all like, hey, you got to stop. You can't. He's only 15. You said you weren't going to kill
Right.
my poor boy.
Right.
So that's where I was at. Hey, you know what? Okay, I'm going to drop off for a second. I hope you guys don't get mad at me. Something wrong with my iPod's saying it's out of power, but it ain't.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You're coming in good.
I did send our guests an email just to let him know that if he wanted to come in early, he could.
Oh, sure. You send him an email.
Yeah.
I'll send you an email next week then. Jesus Christ. I tell you what.
Yeah, I got to go out and help my cousin back his trailer and back of my house in a little bit.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, if you got other things to do.
Well, he's going to try to do it himself, but that's fine.
Why can't he wait till the show's over?
Dark.
Yeah.
Well, I
Dark.
figure if we get Steve on a little bit early, then we can leave early, because I feel like, not a whole lot
That don't
to
get
talk
dark
about,
till
but-
it don't get dark till like around 8:45 anyway. So I think we'll be done by,
Well,
hopefully by
let's
8:30.
talk about the subject of the week here. And I was gonna, this is where I was gonna say about doing our segments. I think next week, Lance, if you're able to make it with us next week, try to come up with a segment, like a fun segment that you can talk about, something that you like.
I do.
10 minutes or whatever. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, Sean. I'm sorry.
Well, because I want us to start doing some segments, and I think this week we'll start off with we'll just do like the segment of the talk of the week. We'll just call it, because we know what happened this past weekend, and I know we're not really a political show, but I feel like we should talk about it.
I was just going to say that's what I was going to talk about.
Get our opinions to let people know what we think and whatever.
I just want to say prayers to the guy who died and his family. Prayers to the ones that got hurt. Prayers for Trump. I mean, that should
the guy that shot him. The guy that shot him actually lives 5 minutes away from where me and my brother grew up. But that happened in my neighborhood.
I wouldn't even want to. I wouldn't even want to. He's a fucking dickhead that deserved to die. But anyway, I don't care what anybody's political thoughts are, because I have neighbors that, like, I have friends around here. They fucking wish Trump died and this, and that's not right.
No.
Joe Biden is. I don't wish
right.
death on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was always a Trump fan back in the day when I watched his show, You're Fired, Apprentice.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of his, and I've always liked Trump, and I thought he was cool. I felt like he was one of us, and that's how I feel. I mean, if nobody likes it, they don't have to like me. But that's the problem with this world today, is everybody is divided because of politics, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. I don't care if Sean, Lance, or Eric, I don't care who you vote for. I don't care. You guys are good guys to me, and we're human. We're not the Democrats and Republicans that are causing this shit or whatever they're doing and cutting each other down and doing shit. We're human beings. You know what I mean? It's terrible. It's terrible what's happening in this world.
Well, that piece of shit that shot him, actually, me and my brother live in a spot called Mount Washington. It's in Pittsburgh. And that's the next neighborhood up. I mean, he literally, I'm talking, and I ain't bragging about this, but it was a shock when I heard he came from Bethel Park. It was like, damn, I mean, we played them in football, baseball, everything,
Sure.
It was just a shame. And then did you see the video with the lady telling that state cop, there's a guy up on that roof with a gun, he's laying there. Can't you see him? It was on TikTok today. And I'm like, he's literally, they threw the sheriff up on a roof and the guy pointed the gun at him and he rolled off. I mean, why did they take him out then?
Why was a ladder back here? I mean, this is all because, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but I don't even want to get into it. Let's don't talk politics. Maybe one night we'll have a politics show, but I really think this was all set up. The kid got a message from somebody. That's why the FBI was looking for his phone, probably to erase the good shit out of it that they told him.
All right. He was a Republican, dude. He ain't gonna shoot his own party.
It doesn't matter.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring this up.
He said he hates Republicans and he hates Trump. So he might be registered on his family, you know what I mean, with his family.
Does he hate his mommy? Never wiped his bum when he was little, and his mommy slapped him in the face. And daddy didn't show him no love.
Yeah, jeez.
And he was bullied in high school.
Antique Man.
Shit, kill that son of a bitch.
Antique Man, what do you think? Let me get your thoughts.
Oh, I think everything's been said. I'm still waiting and hope for more information, and I'm glad that President Trump is able to attend the conference this week and tonight, actually.
Yeah, he picked his vice president too.
Yeah, from Ohio.
And how about you, Lance? What's your thoughts?
I think it was just one of those, because what I had done, what I seemed to do about 3 to 4 months ago is I finally just stopped watching the mainstream news as a whole. I've always gone to the internet, and I've been so tired of it. And then I think this is just one of those things that I think I was just saddened by. It's like that's the thought that, regardless of why he was doing it, that's just the ultimatum is, well, if I don't like this person, I can just take them out. And it's just like, man, I don't know.
Let me tell you something. They say it's a miracle that Trump just got nicked in here, because if he would have turned his head like he did, it would have been right through his head. And that is amazing. I mean, the guys, like, I have a cousin that's a tough guy, right? He had a heart attack. So one day I go, how do you feel? And he goes, well, I've been shot at. I've been knifed. I've been hit with a baseball bat. I've been blown up in buildings, run over by cars. You think a heart attack's going to kill me? And if you think about it, Trump's just like that. He's been impeached. He's been taken to court. He's been shot at now. And the guy, he rises up and he comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I wish I could show you guys
Hey,
what they're
John.
doing in my backyard. It was funny.
I'm just waiting for a back end of a truck to come through the window.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, right here. That's why I keep looking out the window because I don't want them fuckers guiding them right in my.
That's something. And my opinion about it is like, it just doesn't, I don't understand why people have to shoot people. I mean, I get it,
I do.
We're a fucked up country and we're a fucked up world, but there's some of us that like peace as well, and some of us that kind of look at the positives of things.
I'd rather have peace. I swear to God.
I'm not a violent person at all unless I'm playing a video game. Then I'll be as violent as.
Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't like. I have guns and knives, but I really hate guns and knives. I really do. I mean, thank God I'm a felon. I ain't allowed to carry a gun because I did carry a gun back in the day, and it makes you feel like you grow balls or something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And that's what happens in the world. People want to go, oh, I'll fucking shoot you. I can't say that. You want to fight me, man, square to square. That's fine.
But see, that's why I'm happy there's an outlet for all this, because I love pop culture, and that's one of the reasons why I like pop culture. It's not just because of media or mixed media or whatever. It's the whole realm of just liking to be entertained. Now, we're not entertained by shootings and stuff. That's not what I'm trying to get at. But we're being entertained by like a good movie, a good song, a good storybook or whatever, or somebody being inspirational for the day and giving you some good advice, to cheer you up or whatever.
Well, Sean, I'm going to say something. Being that Tony's gone now, what the fuck did you do? You're a fucking whack job fucking making him a song. Now look at him. He fucking thinks he's a hero. He's fucking dressing like a hero. Pretty soon he's going to fight crime, and it's your fucking fault if that motherfucker dies of a fucking heart attack.
Come on!
We chatted for 20 minutes on the phone. He was so happy.
I'm going to take you over here real fast.
Oh,
that's a camper. They made it.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Come on. Do it.
Close.
I tell you.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey, I want my brother.
I mean, you made me a song, but did I do that? I ain't fucking come on. I didn't come on look like Sam. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Hear me? You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, John. I want to tell you something.
No, we can't hear you.
No,
see?
I want to tell you something. I don't want you to get pissed. After what happened to Trump, I am now going to vote for Trump. I love the way he
Nah, he's a Biden lover, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm a Democrat, but I'm changing my ways. When he got up and started pumping his fist, I was ready to go there and knock motherfuckers out. I was excited. That guy just got shot in the head, and he's up there waving his hand like, they can't kill me. They can't. All they're doing is making him more. They're putting him up in the polls more.
They said he's definitely going to take it this year. They hate to say it.
Better.
Did you see the actual photograph where they had the bullet? The one single photograph the guy took, and they circled the. Oh my!
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, it's out there. I don't know who. I can't remember who the guy is, but it was the only one they've shown, and they circled the bullet so that you would see it whizzing behind him, and
was that
his hand was coming up. Crazy.
That's unbelievable.
Was that on YouTube?
I only saw it shown in a newsreel, so I'm assuming it's out there though. It's crazy shot.
Interesting. Because I know that there's a picture now, a famous picture now, other than just him doing the hole in the fist or whatever, of him. Somebody got a really up close picture of him when he got shot, like going down, kind of like bloodied and everything, and. Yeah, that's kind of it makes you think a little bit about things, but again, that's why I say for people out there who think that, that politics are, can divide people, well, find something that won't divide you. Like I said, a good book, a good song, or a good movie, there's positive things out there in the world.
There's a lot of people saying there's a lot of people saying what Tony said too, my brother, that they are going to vote for Trump because if they're starting to see all the stuff that's going on. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I was talking to somebody yesterday, right? And they're going, oh, there ain't no trouble at the border. because we watch the news all the time. When you watch, honest to God, and this is a family member of mine that said this, and I didn't want to say that because I don't like talking politics with my family members too much, but she actually said, "Oh, there's no trouble at the border." You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? I mean, that CNN won't. CNN, those people won't. If you watched another news source other than CNN, you'll see what the. I mean, honest to God, like.
John, how about 25 years ago we had trouble with the border? It's never going to end. They'll find a way to get in.
Trump built the wall. He was.
I don't care. They dug under
Okay, I don't want
the
to talk. But listen, what I want to say is, before I lose my train of thought, fuck, I did. I lost my fucking train of thought.
Sorry.
Yeah, they don't think there's a problem because they don't watch the right news. And I quit watching. I'm like Lance. I quit watching a while ago news. I quit watching it. I'm only watching news now because of what happened to Trump. Someone called me, and I haven't. I've been glued to the TV since. And it's all over TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I mean, I don't care. I don't care if my brother loves Biden or whatever, my whole family. But you know what? Let's put a sign up in your yard saying we accept border people. People come over the border.
They find tunnels underneath that wall. That wall didn't stop nothing. What did it stop?
Okay, it's slowed it down a lot. We had border control. We don't have that now.
I ain't gonna argue about this, but let's go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, we were around a campfire, and Biden specifically said back in the day, if you get the COVID shot, you will not get COVID. He said that, and my brother-in-law goes, "That's not fucking true. That's a lie." And I pulled up on the internet and showed him, and he goes, "I apologize." He said, "I didn't see that because you're not going to see that. CNN will show that."
When I got COVID, I was sick one day. How many days were you in the hospital with it?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I never had it since. Once you get it, you're immune to it.
All
right.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough because you don't know you're still Biden loving motherfucker.
I didn't mean to open a can of worms here now. Man.
I just wanted to say that one of the reasons you had such a large audience this last time was that night, if you recall, I had a low neck shirt on showing off my manly cleavage.
You're right.
I forgot all about that.
What the
That's
hell?
what I was looking at.
You know what? We won't have no rain tonight either. I wore pants. What about when I dropped the phone on the floor and I had my underwear on? It landed right
that was trophy night right there.
That was fun.
That's right. Yeah,
I was in the bathroom because I didn't want to wake my wife up, Lance, right? So I had my phone and I said, "Help me move this stuff into my office." And I dropped the phone, and wouldn't you know, that motherfucker landed right between my legs and shined right up my underwear. And I'm like, I grabbed it. I was so embarrassed. And I thought my man Sean, my man, would erase that part. But no, everyone got a kick out of it.
That's funny.
Thanks,
I
Sean.
love it.
Who needs editing? And besides, you didn't know. I mean, unless someone's going to like pause it, whatever, you didn't see much, you know.
Yeah, editing's a thing of the past.
Yeah, who needs editing, you know? What you want me to do like a bat signal with my face on it, or your face with the rapper Renegade Radio goes right back here. All right, guys, and no gals, I guess. It's just the guys here. We have our guests coming in here. I thought we could come in a little bit early just because, you know, just to shake them and knock me.
Well, I don't have to leave early now. They got the camper back there.
Good. That's okay.
Hello.
Well, he's coming on. He just takes a
I
little bit.
I watched him a little bit on Tanya's show. What, last week?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Steve STELTON. He's well known as far as Bismarck, North Dakota, and the blues industry, and has a lot of blues friends. And what's up, man? What's up, Steamer? How you doing?
Hey, welcome to Bismarck.
Yay! We're sick of the Bismarck, as Johnny Horton once said, I think, or whatever. Anyway, so welcome to Renegade Radio, my friend. I'm glad
It's
that
a
we were
pleasure.
able to. I'm glad that we were able to figure this out so we could get you on here, because I would have been kind of pissed, you know, after all this, you know, inviting and stuff, and you're willing to come on, and then also we can't make it work because you're something.
Hey,
going
I'm
on
an
with your
old
phone.
guy. I'm an old hippie, so you know.
Oh, I thought you were.
It's hard with
20.
that technology stuff.
Well, I want to kind of do a little throwback with you to let everybody know how we kind of met. because I've known Steve for a little bit now. I don't know him like we're not like buddies or whatever, but we know of each other's stuff on the internet, and he kind of found me. I think maybe what was it?
You
Maybe
were down in
20.
the Black Hills.
Yep,
Yeah.
20,
Be
20
homeless.
either 20. I wasn't homeless. Yeah, because I still had the beard and everything, right? That's right.
Oh,
How the sign said, "We'll give whatever for
Fed
a
you a
ride." Right?
hamburger. Okay, good.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. A hot dog, a handshake, right? Yeah, anyway.
I'm sorry. Good.
Anyway, so it was either in 2017 or 2018. I was doing well, even to go kind of further back because I started to really like blues music right around 2016. Uh, I always had my friend Bob, who we all know, little Bobby. He kind of inspired me to like blues, but I really started getting into like Joe Bonamassa and stuff back in 2016. I don't know why why it took that long to really get into it. I really have no idea. I just felt like maybe it's just a sign of growing up or something. I don't know, but because I never was like a blues guy prior to that, I was always just like a rock and roll, oldies. Like I like Buddy Holly. He was like my first love for music. And every time I tell somebody that who's like a young person, like, who the hell is Buddy Holly? What are you, an old person? Well, you should always love Buddy Holly. He's one of the best, one of the idols of rock and roll and everything. Anyway, he's the real king of rock and roll, by the way. I don't care what they say about Elvis. Buddy Holly's the real king. Anyway, so I decided because I was doing rapid fire radio at the time in Rapid City with late great Red Ryder. I decided that I wanted to do not just an interview show, but I want to do something kind of like this, but with music. Do a music show based on the love for blues, and unfortunately in South Dakota, blues is not really that important over there for some reason. I guess depending on where you live and everything. And I didn't see too many people doing blues shows or blues radio programs or whatever coming out of our territory. So I thought, well, let's do a show called Black Hills Blues. Let's see if I can get some bluesy artists. I know some record or some people that work with record companies like in Georgia and out California and whatnot that could probably help me get some artists on. And that worked out pretty well for a while. I was working with Alligator Records. I was working with Mark Pusey for a little bit out of Georgia, with Mark Pusey agency, and I think I also what was it? There was another guy that helped me too, but Alligator Records for sure, and Mark Pusey really helped me, and so I was able to get all these people on to do a blues show, and then eventually because I had done a lot of stuff, I wanted to get in touch with the Fargo Blues Fest, and I was just trying to tell these guys because it seems like with promoters and stuff that they have such a big sword up their ass or something where they don't like to respond to the little people, that are the people that make the festival, the fans anyway, we'll say. And so I was trying to. I think I had an idea for a guest that I thought, or that would be good for the festival. Randy Hansen. He's a guy from Seattle. He if you know him, Lance, maybe you should know him.
I know
He
of him. Yes,
he
absolutely.
because I'm friends with Kevin, his manager, and Randy. We had Randy on here last year for Sam Kinnis's birthday because he worked for Sam Kinnis back in the day, and I thought, well, how apropos. And then so we got Bill Kinnison on here and then John
That was a good show.
it was one of our best shows. I mean, and it wasn't even really like a Renegade Radio episode. It was just we were on break. It was just like an exclusive, like an exclusive interview. Anyway, so I thought let's get Randy Hansen to come to Fargo as a Jimi Hendrix tribute artist, and maybe the people in Fargo would like that. But of course, so I try to talk to the promoters, and they're like, "Oh, they have to have like a big following and everything, and blah 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 blah." And no small people here for us, because we're Fargo and everything. It's like, oh, it's like really, sure. You want all the big names, so you can afford all the big names, right? Well, Randy Hansen would have done really well with the crowd anyway. But then I think after that, then you met me, or you had
Oh,
or you got to know me or something, or you said who you were, and you said you do Steamers Blues, and
Yep.
we started talking a little bit, and then
Yeah, I probably had just started on KUAK, the Dakota Media Access, about that time.
Sure.
So this week, actually tonight, is episode 421. So I've never missed a week in like 8 years. So I've been pretty dedicated to it. Sick or not, I went through some Bell's palsy, and I kept my show going with station IDs, and just kind of a old diehard German out here in Bismarck, I guess, eh?
Well, and that's what I mean, though. It's like that impresses me about guys like you, because some people really want to be broadcasters, and it would be the people that you would never have thought that ever want to be broadcasters. That's what I love.
Well, the thing about me, I don't have a voice for radio, but I sure as hell don't have a face for television. But you know what? I'm a fan of the blues. I love the blues. I don't play any instruments, but I'm a bluesman. I've promoted shows. I do the radio show. I dig all the new music. I go to festivals. It's kind of a lifestyle. So, I'm 63. That's what I've been doing. You talked about being a rocker and all that. Well, in the 70s, of course, I hit every rock and roll show that came to Fargo. It was usually Head East opening Ferrario Speedwagon, or Head East and Styx and Molly Hatchet, or some weird conglomeration of concerts that I grew up with, I actually, in the 80s, I saw Iron Maiden 5 times, but all along the blues were kind of egging me on. The first real blues band I saw was on the George Thorogood Bad to the Bone tour at the Fargo Civic Arena, and a band called the Lonnie Brooks Blues Band opened up. So that was my first real insight into the blues, other than hearing the Blues Brothers records when I was like a senior in high school. That was big. And I was already into Elvin Bishop. So the blues always kind of I gravitated towards it. And, I kind of, at 63 years old and putting 20 some years into promoting and watching, doing radio, I just feel I'm a bluesman at heart, and it's what I do. I got a passion for it, and I hope people dig what I do.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. A little Elvin Bishop reference. You fooled around, and you fell in love with the blues.
Yeah, right.
Stevie Ray, I think Stevie Ray Vaughan, I think he did the blues beautiful.
He don't you think he saved the blues at some point? I think there were a lot of 80-year-old guys thanking him for bringing them back to prominence.
Yep.
Guys like Bobby Rush winning a Grammy a few years ago. That's all because Stevie Ray Vaughan helped keep the blues alive, bought it back, pushed the limits, right?
Right.
The blues I play on my show are not your grandpa's blues or your daddy's blues even.
Right.
There's some pretty crazy stuff coming out of the new blues world, and I play mainly, like, I don't play a lot of Joe Bonamassa, a little bit of Buddy Guy. They don't need airplay. I'm playing the smaller independent artists that are out on the road working hard. So that's what I play a lot of, and that's what I push on my show, the smaller acts. I feel like I'm a Billy Graham almost, the promoter from San Francisco, right? I'm giving these, no-name acts more play, and that's what I do on my show.
Yeah, like here's a young artist coming up right now. He was on American Got Talent stuff. The kid's only like 13, 14 years old, and you swear when you listen to him play guitar, it's Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's exactly like him, and I think that's great that a kid that young is starting to play the blues and bringing the blues. Like you said, Stevie brought it back, but this kid could be another dimension of bringing it back. You know what I'm saying? This kid can really play.
Yeah, every time
You're just-
a new generation pushes the limits
Yep.
of music and guitar and, changing the blues. It's not the old sad stuff, a lot of it,
Well,
It's
you
the
and
way it
I,
is.
yeah, and you and I, Steve, we actually know we have one person that we know. Well, maybe we got a couple of people that we know in common. Other than little Bobby, I believe that we have. There's another gentleman in California. His name is Brad Wilson, and he's been on my show a few times. And I don't know if you ever interviewed him or whatever, but
Yep.
he's a very, very nice guy. I mean,
Yeah,
very
I played him
classy.
a few times. I think
Yeah.
he goes by Brad Guitar Wilson.
Yep. He just released a couple new albums
Yep.
this year, and I mean, we want to get him back eventually, but he seems like he's so busy. Even when he's not so busy, just I'm
Yep.
just like, but his style is so good. Like for an indie guy, for a guy who used to do stuff on the Strip. Have you ever heard his Strip stuff?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
not stripper music, but like strip, just like on the Sunset Strip. There was a place called the Sunset Strip, back in the day. I never been there, but I've heard about it.
Sunset
And
Strip?
yeah,
Yeah, that's California, right? Or Los
yeah,
Angeles? Yeah, that's where the
something like
apartment
that.
store is.
Yeah.
Somebody
Well,
wrote a song about that.
I was on there, man. I was on Sunset Strip.
77 Sunset Strip.
I'll say so everybody knows about it. Well, of course, you guys do. You're a bunch of old guys, right? I'm the youngest here, so
I'm
it makes
guilty.
me feel good anyway.
I'm the oldest one here. Oh no, I'm sorry. Eric is. Sorry, Eric.
Hello.
No, Eric's
I'm
only 40.
66.
Eric's only 45. He looks like he's 45.
Yeah.
No. Anyway.
I'll be
I'm turning
72.
64.
Okay.
You believe Eric is 70 what? 2?
I'll
Eric?
be 72 in October.
That's
I'm
unbelievable.
71.
You do not look it.
Woo!
Well, thank you.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't act like it. That's for sure. You
No.
see some of his stuff?
I think it's the combination of the beets and the kidney beans.
Yeah, the beans. If you're they're good for your heart. The better you feel, the better your heart. Anyway.
That's why I got the lights down low. You can only see background of me. I'm going to be 64. I feel like I'm 95.
And I'm still the youngest. Regardless of all.
Yeah, thanks to Sean. He's acting like he's 20 years old again.
I'm the youngest of the friend. I'm the baby of the group here.
Sean!
Notice I'm not saying a word, right?
Yeah. I know how old you are too, Lance.
How old are you, Lance?
You're
I
at
am
least
55.
Yeah, I was going to say about 55.
You don't look it.
Yeah. But I've seen pictures of Lance when he was younger, and boy, I tell you, he looked like a badass guy. I tell you, like really, like he could, like we could hang with him, even back in those days. Oh,
I was hangable, but now, look, the one thing that I have to say as a guy who used to play in bands who wanted nothing but, but a guy like you, Steve, to hear my band, to give me the shot, what you're doing for these unsigned, as my era would always call them, is so remarkable, and giving these guys a shot simply because you have this passion, that's so commendable. And like you said, you have no real reason, because I always talk about that. When was your aha moment? And it's like you go, I don't know, all of a sudden right then and there something hit me, and I don't know why, but I feel this way, and I can't do anything about it. And I love the fact that music does that to somebody. But what you're doing for these bands that are not the bottom off,
that's perfect.
That's so awesome. That's awesome.
It really is. Yes, it is.
So let me ask this question then, Steve. Like for your early days of when you first started doing radio or started doing the show anyway. Like, what was that like for you to finally have an opportunity to kind of be creative?
I mainly played just what I owned.
Okay.
I'd download it. I didn't have to worry about any ISRC codes or any FCC paperwork like I do now. And then I started to get a few publicists and record companies would start sending me stuff. Eventually, somebody offered me their CD on Airplay Direct, so then I was able to get a lot more brand new stuff. I did that, and then somebody suggested me to be a reporting DJ for Living Blues magazine. So I do that. I send in my top 10 every month. So that's based out of the University of Mississippi. And then I'm also on the Big Blues chart. So that opened me up to more record companies, more deals. I'm probably getting 10 to 15 CDs, either digital or physical copies every week.
Sure.
So it's hard when I'm putting a show together, I only have an hour a week. So I'm having a hard time combining everything I've done.
What I mean, though, like when I was trying to ask the question, I was kind of wondering, like, in your early days, because like in my early days doing radio or doing shows or whatever, I was kind of nervous because I didn't know if I could pull it off. Did you have confidence that you could pull this off in your early days?
I listen to early stuff, and I've changed. I've got a lot more confidence, even though, like I said before, I don't have a voice for radio, nor a face for TV, but I do it because I love it. It comes from the heart. That's why I do it. I put a lot of time into each program. I decide what song's going to tie in nicely to the one before, all the while maintaining that I play a few new ones each week, and then some other ones. A lot of bands, like 60 bands, have made me station one-liners.
Oh, yes.
So I like to mix those in with some of their music. So it's hard to keep it fresh, and then yet I still tell people I'm going to play some classics. So I got to sneak in one or two of them each week. So it's a challenge. I put a lot of time into it. But, I don't go to the bar after work. So it's kind of my golf course, right?
Well, as far as the radio liners go, that I miss doing that because I used to have all the celebrities that I would interview, like even Lance. He and his dad did one for me too back in the day. Have him do like a one liner.
We did?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I always like after the interview, I say, "Can you do me a one liner real quick or whatever?" And then we recorded it. And yeah. Oh yeah. But then I stopped doing that after I stopped doing stuff on Pioneer and everything.
And it's like, we did?
Well, it was back in 2006, and then for those that, and Steve, just so you know, Lance has done a lot in the music industry. He actually is a composer or scorer for a lot of different movie projects. He's based out of Washington. I've known this guy for a long time. We've never met in person, but he's always been, every time I've asked him to be a part of a show or an interview or do something fun, years can go by and he'll still say yes. He'll still find time for me, and we don't even really know each other, but yet we become really good online friends, and just like with everybody else here. And he's just a really good guy, and we made him a crew member today. So his dad is actually was an actor, a stunt guy, and he did like the Halloween movies like from the early days, and with John Carpenter, and he was Kurt Russell's double. So I mean, it's kind of exciting. Now I know Sam probably thinks I'm getting old Gaga for Lance, but this is he's kind of special to me too, just like you are, because it's just like all these moments that we can bring together now with the show, having all my real buddies on one show. It's like I feel like we're like a family get together every week. We have a barbecue every week or something.
I was this double.
When I had the Scream and Sam show, we used to interview like local bands and stuff like that. And every time we did a break, I'd rather play their music and something like we really didn't have the okay to play the other music, but I play their music because I want to get them out there. I mean, we interviewed a lot of bands and we loved that, giving the little guy a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like Steve does, just
that's awesome.
Yeah. Everybody here really seems passionate about what they're doing. That's a good thing, The politics can be so negative, but here we are all getting together, talking music's great,
Yeah.
It's a great uniter.
It's hard to find stuff. It's hard.
We all have a passion that's,
Oh, absolutely.
It's great. It's good to
Well,
get together with like-minded souls, you know.
oh,
Yes, it.
absolutely. Go ahead, Antique Man. I think you have a question. Do you have a question?
Oh no, I was just saying I was agreeing with Steve, and having grown up in Brookings, South Dakota, when and we had a classic rock band, Steve, and I went on to we went on to the South Dakota Rock Hall of Fame 4 years ago, and I've been writing music since then. And I've got a country blues song on a STELTON, Minnesota radio station, KJO FM. And it looks like now the song's going to hit a couple stations out of Dallas. So I'm pretty excited
Huh?
about that
Sure.
for being 71, you know.
Yeah, we'll
Bravo.
send it to Sean. He'll send it my way.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I'd gladly do that because I mean,
all right,
Eric,
thanks.
because
That's good.
I'm going to tune it. Yeah, I'm going to tune another horn. Antique Man. I mean, he's a music. He should be like, making. He should be on the radio all the time. He should be like the guy touring, going on tour and everything. Because
He's even got a face for radio.
no, I'm serious though. I'm serious. I'm serious. Since we're talking music and all that, I'm going to put him on the spot because just like I did with Lance, because it's only fair. Because Eric has done, he's a creative genius. I don't even know why he's never been on TV or anything, or never had his own show or whatever. Because it's like,
Well, I have 4 kids. That's one thing.
okay, but now I'm telling you that you're older. Maybe the
Eric,
humor
your
and
head's
stuff,
getting bigger.
maybe the humor gets a little more crazier as you get older. I mean, he does funny little skits on the internet and stuff sometimes or whatever. He's a funny guy, just a genuine, just good person. So his
I'm just
music,
happy to
yeah. Well,
to be on the radio at this age is just I'm happy about it, and we're blessed, and
sure.
I appreciate your offer, Steve.
Hey,
Yep.
Steve, I got a song that just come out today.
Oh my God!
And
Put
you know
this
what?
on mute.
Oh, Jesus
5 minutes to
Christ.
say I know this guy, the Mad Dog Sean, hit my music.
You can't. You can't play it on here.
Yeah, Zoom doesn't work. I mean, I
Zoom don't let
can,
you do that.
but then it's like, it's just, yeah.
Sean made me an entry music, so if I ever go back into the wrestling ring, he made me a song, and I just love it. And I've been listening to it all day. My wife,
I think it sucks.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
dance. I got the dance moves down again. I'm loose, baby. I'm ready.
No, I think Sean did a good job, but it sucks.
Mad Dog, you're only loose because you just drank some prune juice and all that.
Yeah,
So
before
you're
today,
loosening up a
my
little bit.
brother used to dress normal on the show. Look at him, and he looks like a freaking gay wrestler. And
Don't be jealous. Put your Jamaican hat on, bro.
Yeah, bro. Or fam, we'll call you. People say the word fam now. It's like a lot. I don't know.
I looked like
Anyway.
this before I knew I did Sam Kinison. I used to have long hair.
Steve, see, Screaming Sam and I are brothers. So that's why.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I didn't tell you that. Yeah. These are like.
He beat me up all the time and pick on me. So it's turned, now that I'm bigger and badder than him, it's time to turn the tables around,
All that do is kick his knees. Fight over.
Wow. I mean, it's like three Stooges over here, but no, Sam and Mad Dog are great as well because they
Oh, shut up, Sean.
I'm,
Quit lying about us.
Fine, they're fucking assholes. I don't know why they're on the show. I don't know. Like when he called me last week when I was gone for 2 seconds.
Oh my God! You want to leave the show again for a little bit?
Yeah.
Anyway, well, Steve, I mean, so who are some of the people that, like I say, like you had some friends in the music industry, like who are some people that that will do one-liners for you or will do, like that if you're at a festival, they'll recognize you, they'll chill with you a little bit if they can or whatever. Because I know that's always exciting. It's always been exciting for me when I have friends like that and even here or whatever that I can get to know personally and meet.
I've met a lot of people over the years. Not only have I done the radio show, but I've promoted blues bands since 2005. I've only done 2 shows since COVID happened. Unfortunately, there's just not as many bands going through Bismarck like there used to be. There was a connection up to Canada that I had. but I probably did, I don't know, 50, 60 shows here in Bismarck. So I got to know people that way.
Are you talking like actual festivals or like concerts?
Yeah, I've done
Oh, okay.
shows. Yep.
Okay.
I booked them into a hotel ballroom. I
Oh,
did one big outdoor show at a ski resort, did a
wow.
big one at the Civic Center. I always say about my promoting, I've made 4,000 on a show and I've lost 4,000 on a show. So that's pretty much my promoting story.
What was that like for you? Like again, like with your early days of doing the show, now you're promoting a festival or like concerts and stuff. I mean, I've always wanted to do that too if I had the money and or the support or whatever because there's
Yeah.
a shitload of people that I know that would come to our area.
Yeah, I
If I
lost a
could
lot of
afford it.
money doing it. I'm
Okay,
too old now to take the risk, you know.
okay. Oh,
If the timing was right.
so you use your own money. You didn't have a local
Yeah,
support as far as like
yeah,
that would donate
yeah,
or whatever.
nothing major.
Okay.
But I wasn't doing a $10,000 festival either. I've done some 5,000, 6,000.
Okay.
you know.
Okay. Wow. I mean, it's just kind of amazing because we were talking about this at work the other day about because sometimes we'll talk about music and stuff at work at the casino and like when it comes to bands and rates
Oh, they
like
get a lot now.
well sure but like when it comes to like bands or singers or whatever like who determines like what these people are valued at like not just because of their like a chart or like a chopper
Yeah,
or chart topper or whatever but like say if
yeah.
you're just independent people I mean
Well, there
you
was
know
so many bands traveling through Bismarck pre-COVID. I was getting them between $400 and $1,500. I
Oh,
mean, big bands, Nick Moss,
oh, sure.
um, bands like that for that kind of money.
And he wasn't charging that
So
much, huh? Wow, I
though I
figured Nick
booked
would.
into a hotel
Wow,
that my buddy ran, hey, he would give them motel rooms. I got the room rental for free. So
wow.
I had a good thing going. And it's just not going now.
So
It's expensive to book anything.
there's
You
just
got to get
nothing,
insurance.
It's a
and no,
shame.
and nobody. You can't get nobody in Bismarck to support it. Not even the mayor. Not even
Yeah,
local support or nothing.
no,
That's
there was a great guy came through town about a month ago named Carvin Jones. Sells out all over the country. Sold
huh,
50 tickets in
huh.
Bismarck. It's a shame.
So
Yeah.
wow. So Bismarck's just kind of like a black area
Yeah,
for blues.
yeah, pretty
That is.
big country town. We
So if you
just had
were
a big country fest. I
okay,
think they had 75,000 people over like 3 days.
Wow.
and who they bring?
30 miles west of Bismarck.
Who did they bring over for entertainment then? Who was
Oh,
the
God, I don't
acts?
know. They were big, whoever, big country.
Wow. It makes
Leroy Parnell was there in the afternoon.
okay. I heard of him before.
Pam Tillis, maybe out
Oh
of
yeah, yeah,
big,
yeah.
big. I
Well,
think it's the people that used to put on the original We Fest
oh sure,
have
sure.
built one out in New
Out of
Salem, North
Detroit
Dakota.
Lakes.
Yeah,
We
Detroit Lakes. Yeah.
fest.
Yes. Yep.
Lakes. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever those guys are. I'm not a
Well,
fan. I'm not going. I
well,
am going to the Fargo Blues Festival
yeah,
though.
and I will be hanging out with you there. And my brother might
Yeah.
be coming with me too. So I told him I said we should just go for the whole weekend because that's what I
Yeah.
want to do. I want to go for the whole
It's kind
weekend.
of a
You
different
know,
different lineup.
I'll have to buy a chair because I don't have any lawn chairs at all. They don't provide anything.
I got a VIP ticket, so
Oh, you did? Okay.
it says you
Well,
get a chair with that or
oh,
something.
really? So,
A complimentary chair.
oh, I didn't. Oh, that must be a new thing because when Dave was owner, when before he passed away, we never got.
Yep.
You had to bring your own stuff and all that for
Oh
VIP.
yeah.
Well, that's just the thing that I was just going to ask. So this is kind of my final question, I guess, before we let you go. Why is it that places like Fargo and bigger cities, can provide more? Because Pittsburgh's a pretty good sized town, wouldn't you say, or a sized city? Is it like the state capital of North Dakota?
No, Bismarck is the capital.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yep.
it's the
Yeah, and
capital.
Bismarck
So
itself is getting pretty big.
so
We're
why?
probably pushing 90,000 Mandans, 30
Okay.
something.
So
We're
why?
probably 130 metro, but Fargo's probably 250 metro.
Okay, so why is it that Fargo is able to get a variety of bands, no matter who they are or how they sing or perform,
Yeah,
and
big
they'll sell out
college
everything?
crowd,
Yeah.
I think they say that 75% of the population of North Dakota lives in the eastern third of the state.
Okay.
So it's easier for the people from Grand Forks, all those more populated towns, plus with the festival, they have Winnipeg, all of Western Minnesota, Minneapolis to draw from.
Sure.
Huh.
Well,
So Fargo has advantages with, what do they have? 3 colleges there,
Oh, they have
30,000 college students at minimum, I bet.
So they have more than just UND, I suppose. Or no, that's not UND, but Bison.
NDSU, Moorhead State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess
yeah, there's a few.
I was born Moorhead, but I don't even know after something Moorhead has or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, Fargo has shows all the time, at that sanctuary, the Fargo Brewing Company.
I went down there with my brother-in-law at the sanctuary. We met, I actually got a free show for the Blackstone Cherry because I know the band and I know the Kentucky Headhunters, and they hooked us up. And they released a new album, and I made sure that my brother-in-law got his album signed by everybody in the band. So that was a good time. I'll never forget
I don't
that.
think the Fargo Blues Fest would survive only on Fargo people either. I don't think it would.
Then I could do what Moondance Jam did or whatever, and
that's being honest. Yeah,
man, I tell you, they Lance and anybody that don't know, or Sam and whatever, Mad Dog, they had a big festival called Moondance Jam. This has been a big festival that gone on for years or whatever. They were gonna have bands like Creed and I think maybe Journey or somebody, Foghat, whatever, a lot of big bands. But Creed was definitely the band that everybody wanted to see because they were gonna do like an old school like concert and everything because Creed hasn't been around in a long time. Well, they go and cancel the whole, or at least the big bands that anyway, and they just make it all national or like local act stuff instead of
why
money, I guess, or something.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. That if like the rock shows and are also down, if it was just seeming to be the blues, or if it's just that area as a whole is hard to have. Like you're saying, since COVID hasn't really bounced back. Is it just that genre, or is it kind of the whole musical spectrum is slow?
I think it was a dying festival, from my understanding. Maybe they outspent their advertising budget and the deposits on those bands, and then the ticket sales weren't there because they were getting a lot of money. I heard of a lady saying that they paid $700 and some for a VIP ticket and all sorts of fancy stuff.
Yeah,
and
they like
so
camping
they
and stuff
initially
too?
didn't even offer a refund. They offered you 4 more general admission tickets for however many tickets you bought. And then finally, about a week ago, they relented and they're making full refund for it. They were only going to have the local bands.
I don't know. That's just so weird. That's just so weird. I don't know. I mean, when you guys and all your guys' areas, I'm sure when they do festivals, they try to put on some good shows, I'm sure, and have the best of the best and maybe the worst of the worst or whatever, or combination, I guess, something for everybody.
And you know what? I mean, we've got 3 hours east of us, we've got the Gorge, and I usually just say it like that because if, anybody's a Dave Matthews fan, Dave Matthews' favorite place to play is the Gorge. They've done, I don't know how many records there. He plays 3 shows every August. That's kind of where they will hold the festivals here. And in that place in Central Washington, I mean, I know that place is still pretty vibrant with everything, but they can pull from everywhere because Dave Matthews won't play, I don't believe, in, say, Seattle. So you got to go to the gorge because he's like, nope,
Yeah.
this is where I code. I go here every year. That's like his spot.
A
Wow.
buddy
Hell
of
of a
mine
show.
saw Tom Petty there.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yep.
Yeah, so you know of somebody who has been to the gorge.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Yep.
legendary because
It is.
I was there in the day of the 92, like when Pearl Jam and Neil Young, because we knew the guys
Wow.
at Pearl Jam. So we had gone backstage after they had played. But that's when the guys were tearing down the fences. I mean, everybody, it was blowing. That place is so
Wow.
awesome. So great.
A lot
I
of
have-
hippies up in that Northwest area.
Flannel is still popular, but not necessarily with the hippie thing. I mean, I got to tell you, if my wife she would beg me to grow my hair back, but I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. It takes me too long. They're still around, but I think musically everything has changed a little bit. So you have to go to the festivals to see, who all show up to what show anymore.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Well, that's something. That's
Yeah.
something, man. I tell you.
beautiful. That's a beautiful venue.
I have a good friend in Pittsburgh who was cousins with Tom Petty. And every time they'd come to Pittsburgh, he'd take us to the shows and get back when we talked to him. He's such a great guy.
I would have loved to have seen Tom Petty show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tommy
yeah.
Mm,
Petty's cousin, John.
mm.
Well. Anyway, we
Who?
do Tom Petty or Tom
Oh.
Petty's cousin.
No, whose cousin is it?
Tommy Benyo.
Yeah, I know that.
Why'd you ask, idiot?
Yes. The brotherly love, I tell you. They would hug if they were together. They'd be all hugging and everything. I'm hoping one day we'll get them together and actually be in the same room together. And boy, that'd be something.
Oh, I owe him.
Yeah.
He used to be wedgies over my head every day.
Oh. Well, Steve or Steamer, we really appreciate having you on. I mean, thanks for coming in early
Thanks,
and
Steve.
just being a part
Yeah.
of the
Thank you.
show.
Thank you,
'Cause,
Steve.
I do look forward to spend some time with you and picking your brain, during the
Tune
festival.
in tonight, 8
Yeah.
o'clock,
little bit here.
radioaccess.org.
Yeah, I was going to say for those that don't know how to get you, how can they get you? Well, you might as well just
Yep.
promote yourself.
Radioaccess.org.
Okay.
Tune in tonight, 8 p.m.
And what can fans kind of expect for give a little preview?
Good stuff.
Kinda.
Modern contemporary blues and a couple of classics in there too.
Any certain artists that they should look for at all? Or
I think I got some new Val Starr in the Blues Rocket out of California. What else do I got on there? Some Gary Kane. He's going to be in Fargo. Actually, does a little one-liner about coming to Fargo. Got another Canadian on there, Sean Kellerman. Good show. Jimmy Carpenter, AC Reed for a classic track.
sounds like a good lineup
Yeah.
anyway.
It's always fun.
Steve, it's totally awesome
421
what you're
straight
doing.
weeks.
It's totally awesome what you're doing. I mean, again, I cannot even imagine the appreciation that the bands, have for
I
what
hope
you're
so.
doing for them. So that's
Thank you.
That's bravo, man.
And
Yeah,
I think
I work hard at it.
That's cool.
And I think that's where we'll end it for tonight. And so far we don't really have we do have a potential guest next week, but I'm not going to say anything until I know for sure. So because things could change and whatever that's happened before.
John, before I go, hit my music, baby.
You can't.
I'm just picturing him taking his clothes off for some reason. I don't know why. That's an image I want to leave all of you with. So,
Oh, God.
Yeah, beautiful.
Until then, we'll see you again for another great edition of Renegade Radio. I'm Frankie Slauson with Antique Man, Screaming Sam,
Bye-bye.
Lance Warlock, Mad Dog, and Steamer, Steve Selton.
There we go.
We'll see you guys next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody. Good night.